Welcome. You are here, I am here, we're all here. And we're ready for some drawing with beard here in the Dragon Lord's Den. That's right, we're in the den, not the cave. Even though the cave is kick-ass and looking great, we're not working on the automotive tonight. Tonight, we're going to be doing a shout-out to all my Magic the Gathering collectors and fans throughout the last, 28 years or so? Because we're doing the finishing touches, technically the shading, on an original Magic the Gathering piece that was commissioned to me in 2004 for Ravnica, known as Peregrine Mask.
Oh, yeah.
This bad boy right here, belonging to a new member, mind you. A new member. I want to welcome, speaking of which, let's welcome our new members. We have Mike Roberto.
Mike Roberto
is the original owner, the original art owner of this piece.
Much hype.
And next is Eric.
Eric
Guthrie. Eric Guthrie of White Knight Games. Thank you so much for your patronage and supporting us, my man. That, by the way, he's a paladin. He is a paladin under the Mike Roberto is a minion.
Yes.
And Eric is a paladin.
And we've also got Scott Philbrick, who just pledged.
Brand new.
5 minutes ago.
Right under the line.
Holy
right on the
wow.
wire. He comes into the finish line.
OMG.
Gets hooked up tonight. Paladin. Thank you very much, Scott Philbrick. Welcome to the event. So, let's take a look at who's in. Who's tuned in?
We're
gonna wait till a lot of people come in. This is an exciting episode. This one is.
All right. So far, we've got Mr. Jose.
No
Hello,
way.
Jose.
Sorry, we had to do that, Jose. We had to do that. Go ahead. All right, who else?
And then we've got oh, you're one of the new people, Blue VD. Mr. Blue, which one of the new ones are you?
So we have
I got your YouTube
aliases.
username.
We need to know who the alias is.
Who's your real name, sir?
So who is the Blue?
It's probably one of the new ones.
Okay. You can private message us if you'd like, if you want to.
And then it says we got 5 people, but they're not showing up on the chat.
So, with the internet, it's weird. Sometimes there's going to be a delay.
There is going to be a delay.
Yeah.
Yes.
There'll be a delay, but eventually you'll get everything, but there will be a slight delay. So we may be a little slower in responding to your questions.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm here for. So you guys shoot the questions as you wish.
Yeah.
Tonight's episode is sponsored by actually something my daughter gave me tonight. I'm going to stand up so you guys can see it.
Yes.
You can see the narwhal with the
most
top hat
distinguished.
Yes, he's a very distinguished narwhal. So the narwhal pin, he is the sponsor tonight,
yes.
Along with, naturally, my staple go-to creative energy, the Dove chocolate. Yep. So Dove's going to keep us going through this. Let's see, what else were we going to discuss tonight? Oh, yeah. So, in this process, working with Magic the Gathering in the years past, we were required to do something that could fax over. So we strictly went line. Then later on, there was scanning ability, but in the early days, it was line. Because the scans just never seemed to be any good back then, we just said, you know what, let's just stick with the line work. So I did all of my preliminary drawings for Magic the Gathering as line pieces, which is, if you will switch to camera 1, they can get a close-up view.
Camera 1.
So here you see the original title right here, Peregrine Mask. That's the actual commission number, 89131. This is the Magic the Gathering template that they provided. And this is the drawing. This is a 100% original hand-drawn line work that was submitted for approval, which did in fact get approved, and as a result, we had this original piece of artwork. So I'll see if we can get all that in there. This is the actual original painting, which is also owned by Mike Roberto.
Oh, very nice. That was him, by the way. The blue.
Okay, great.
Blue.
And here we have, of course, the actual artist proof card, white back to the back of it. So my collector is getting the full package. Mike is going to be having the complete ensemble here. We've got the original painting, the artist proof card, and the original drawing, to which we are going to complete tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of folks, let's switch back over to camera 2.
Camera 2.
So a lot of folks really come to me and they go, do you have any original art paintings done left of Magic the Gathering? And I tell them, 28 years, I'm pretty much close to sold out. I have a few left, but they're always asking for the heavy hitters, and I'm like, those are long gone, and I didn't sell them for a tenth of what they're currently worth. So I said, you'll have to contact them. But what I do have, ironically, because a lot of artists did not hold on to their preliminary lines so that they could finish them and do them into a full developed rendering like I do, where I completely render it, shade it, and make it basically as good as a painting, and it's just black and white. they got rid of theirs. They sold them cheap on the fly at the shows and whatnot. So I do have a good percentage of my original pieces. I have been, of course, selling to some of the top contenders, but I still got some really kick-butt ones that are high-value playing cards still to this day.
Yeah.
And if you're ever interested in knowing what I've got available, just shoot me an email.
High playing cards.
Cards, yeah.
Cards.
We gotta put. I gotta pull the New England accent, right, guys? All right. Speaking of New England, Mike. Mike's from Rhode Island. Good friend of ours. Kenny Blanchard.
He literally said, he said, "Ken Baby Mike."
Ken
like,
Baby.
all right.
Ken Baby Mike. Yes. So, and please say hello to Ken for us, Mike.
Yay.
So yeah, this is going to be a treat for Mike and for all you folks out there that are going to be watching this. This is what I do when I take those original drawings that are strictly lined, that were the original one and only. There was only one piece that I did out of 135 cards that I illustrated for Magic, out of which many didn't get published because they were unglued and whatnot. Unglued 2. Out of those, there was like maybe 2 or 3 that I actually did 2 different versions for the company, because in almost every case, 99%, my first rendition was approved and that was the end of it. So I never wound up doing a sketch or preliminary of anything else. This is one of those examples. This was the only one I did, and it was first time out. Tonight we're going to be using some tools, and I'm going to go over that with us, with everybody. In addition,
Kenny says hi.
Oh, Kenny's there! Yay!
That's so cool!
Hey, Kenny, baby! Just to go over some things too. The music you're listening to in the background is actually composed by Destiny here. This is all the stuff you're listening to in the background, which is 100% her stuff. That way it doesn't get knocked off on YouTube. You know, specifically where, copyright strike. Yeah, I don't think so. She owns it. So.
I own it.
It's got a cool background music, so I'm so very privileged and I'm lucky
shucks.
to have your work here tonight,
Oh, shucks.
playing in the background. Well, let's see. Without further ado, let's talk about a little bit more about who's tuning in right now.
We also got Greg Norris and Dean Pearson and Brian Hogue.
Excellent. Thank you all for showing up. Thanks, Greg, Brian, Dean. Don't forget, every episode we do a gift away. And of course, all of our new members' names have been added to the wheel of gift away.
Yeah.
So you're all set there already. Tonight's gift away is going to be The Myth and Legend.
The book.
The mythical book. Now, this book was an Origins game exclusive. There was only 500 copies. So this is going to be a real killer special piece.
Yeah.
I will be signing it right here in front of you. I only had 8 of these books, so this is like the second one or third one we've given out. It also is coming with a signed, brand spanking new bookmarks. This is one we just produced. These are offset press printed, by the way. They're no cheesy inkjet print deal. So that's going to be the gift tonight, which we will talk about later on when we take our break. So any questions, guys? Any comments? And by the way, I don't know how many of you happen to have seen the new product that I just announced.
Jose McKinney actually commented about that.
Yeah,
He's like, show us the tumblers.
Yeah, baby. So those are mock-ups. And if we get enough response, which as of, I think in the first hour, it looks like we actually have enough response to go to press with it.
Oh, yeah.
To contract the manufacturers out of Pittsburgh. So this is going to be a reality. This will be a good product. I've been sitting on this since before the holidays, not wanting to release because we were hopeful that we'd have a show to go to. But it's gotten to the point where now we're just going to do the pre-order. And everybody that does pre-order saves about $10 because as soon as that initial pre-order is done, in order to produce any more, I've got to have bigger dollars. And this is not an item that we can stock regularly because it's just kind of like my pint glasses that I've done, where we have to order so much at once, it just isn't cost effective to reorder. So most likely this will be extremely limited edition. So I'll keep you guys posted to what we're going to do and when we're going to do it. I still have to tweak the final design work that you saw there in the mock-ups. But yeah, those tumblers, they are just like the Yetis. They're basically a generic version of the Yeti. They have the exact same mechanics inside. It's all stainless steel. They got the copper in the lining. They have the same cold, hot guarantees and all that.
For the iced coffee, I got hot coffee.
Yeah, for the iced coffee, extra, and the hot coffee. You got to have the hot coffee. And the ice, you can put coffee milk in there too. That's wicked awesome. Oh yeah.
I can't just say those words while I'm sitting.
How we miss our coffee milk.
We actually have that downstairs.
Yeah, but that stuff's got to be like caramel by now.
No, it's new.
Syrup. It's like glue. Anyway, so yeah, we got the new products, the two, the dragon elementals, the 4, and the fairy elementals, the 4. The dragons are slightly in the lead above the fairies, although I must say a lot of sets, a lot of good percentage of sets.
Yep.
So we'll be posting when we take our mid-break the images of that for everybody who hasn't seen it on my Facebook page. Yep. I have not posted it to Instagram, so there you go. So that's our new product. What else we got going on?
Mr. Roberto says, any inspiration behind the mask art?
Yes, we're going to talk all about how that all came to be.
Cool.
All right, so then pretty much everybody in place.
Oh, we do have...
Who else we got?
We have a smiley face from WKGR. That's probably one of our new ones, too.
WKGR?
It's either Eric or Scott. Or somebody else that's on our Patreon list that hasn't watched it yet.
Yeah, we did. We have had a lot of people that haven't tuned in. So who knows? This may be first for them. Give us a quick shout out. Let us know who you are so we can properly say hi to you and so forth. We want to make sure we know who's on, obviously.
Because this is technically unlisted, but you never know. Sometimes you get hacks and then information gets leaked.
Yeah.
So we just want to make sure, because you guys are paying good money.
Yeah, and for our new members, please don't share the links, because, well, you're paying for it, you're supporting me, and that's why we do this. The live aspect of these shows are all just for you.
Yes.
All right. Let's switch over to camera 1. I will go through the materials.
I was about to say camera scene, and it's like, no, that's...
All right, are we on camera 1? Excellent. All right, guys, so here's our pencils tonight. Doesn't really matter much about brand, although I do like either the Stadler or the Derwent series. But, anything that will work. It's a good... We want to go with an HB tonight. We're going to go with a 4B tonight. Probably a 5B. Now, as you get up in the numbers, it means it's a softer graphite, therefore a darker graphite. Possibly a 6B for some of those darks. Or, as we say in New England, darks. You got to have those darks. Let's see, and this is now fine. Using a fine may come into play. It's tough to say right at the moment. And those are the pencils that we're going to be using. I'm also going to be using a dust-free eraser, the Faber-Castell Great Dust-Free Eraser. This will be for highlighting. We will be using the tortilla. The tortilla stump, which is a great smudging tool and shading tool. Fantastic. Finally, one of the most expensive materials that I use in my arsenal of creativity, the paper towel. Smudge paper towel right there.
Smudge paper towel.
Yep. You might see this purple a little bit here. This purple is super light tack. Super light tack so it doesn't damage the artwork. Just some other things I'd like for those artists out there that might be tuning in and would like to figure out, hey, how, is it going to damage the piece there? Whatever. No. Also, whenever we use the eraser, we want to brush it off. So we brush everything off so we don't have to deal with the debris. Alrighty, let's see, what else do we need to talk about here? Alright, well, that's it for materials.
Much hype.
So when I was commissioned this piece, this was a real simple explanation. All they said is, we want a helmet that kind of is reminiscent, whether it be through decorations, design work, or otherwise, of a Peregrine Falcon. They didn't say make the helmet a Peregrine Falcon helm. They just said something with indications that it would be related to the Peregrine family. So that's where it came into this. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna make the helmet itself in the form using the beak as the front visor going down, and basically make a helmet that looks like the head of a Peregrine Falcon. So that was the story behind the commission part. The placement of it changed from the drawing to the painting, and that's another cool thing. Is a lot of times when I work in the painting, I realize there's going to be it's going to be reduced so small, you won't see certain details that you can see in the drawing. So with this drawing, you may notice that this actual cloth is transparent because down here you see a pedestal that is not in the painting. That's because Wizards of the Coast said, no, we want to crop that off. They wanted a little bit more of a wider format. And I went, fine, you lose out on this cool stuff right here. So the drawing is going to have this, and we're going to work this in so it kind of looks like this is a transparent sheer kind of drape over that. The light source is coming in through these windows. You can see the indication lines. We're going to kind of erase those lines and let just highlighting and erasing do the job for that. So the light source is coming from this side, going this way, so this side of the helm will be darker and shadowed. It's, of course, metallic, so we want to have reflection, so we're going to do a lot of metallic chrome reflection work tonight. We also have a light source right here, the candle. And so we're going to be showing how that light source reflects. Reflective light.
I would think it wouldn't be as strong as the window.
No, it will not be. Well, it can't actually.
Like
well, it won't be as bold as that, but you know, it's going to have a pretty good strong off the metal. Yeah. And so, other than that, do we have any other further questions about this particular piece?
I don't think so. Also, the WKGR, that's Eric, White Knight.
Excellent.
That just clicked in my brain.
Okay, now we know. Yeah, White Knight, of course. Yeah.
Are you watching with the cats and the squirrels?
Yes.
I want to know if the squirrel's watching.
Yes.
You should take a picture if you can, because that would be really cute.
Yeah, we'd love to see. We'd love to see the little squirrel along with the cats. I know the wife's watching with you tonight, Eric. It's a family affair over there. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to start off with an HB. There you have it.
Brian says to be or not to be.
No, we're not using the 2B tonight. I didn't. You know what? I looked for that, and I did not see it.
He's making the joke.
Oh no, I do have the 2B. I know he's making a joke.
Okay.
There's your 2B. Maybe not to be. I don't know. Oh God, I gave it back to him.
Fell for it again.
Okay. Alrighty then, miladis
right.
and lasses.
Hi.
So because we're working from dark to light here, going from left to right, it works for me being a right-hander. I'm going to start up here in the boring section, and I'm just going to start working on the cloak and shadow. And while we're doing that, we can relax and enjoy listening to some music. And please, Destiny, keep me updated on any comments or questions that we may get.
Yes.
So the first thing I do when I start my drawing is I'm going to lay down some lines. I'm not going to worry about the smoothness of those lines just yet.
He's going to lay it on the line.
I'm going to. You took my thunder.
Did I really?
You did. You took my thunder. Notice I've changed directions just then in my shadowing.
I wonder if our regulars, Mr. Corey and AJ and all of them are going to join us too.
Well, Greg Norris is in, so that's
Greg
cool.
Norris is, and
I think, yep, Dean.
Brian and Jose.
I'm not going to say it.
There's no way.
You know, this guy has been tormented, I'm sure, all his life with that. We don't want to be doing this to our loyal and faithful members.
That is true. But this is the Beard family we're talking about. We got a tease.
Now, I'm going in with the HB to start, and then I'll go back over in some of the dark areas and go in with the softer leads, maybe the 4B. Mm-hmm. But for now, I'm going to stay with the HB. That's going to give me my midtones. I got to tell you, Destiny, you made some great music here, the great soundtracks.
It was fun. I made a couple of new ones. And then, I don't think they've been in the shuffle yet.
Not yet?
Oh, there you go. There's one.
This is a new one? Oh, great. Now I'm going to be cautious. There's going to be a glow right here with the candle, so I'm going to avoid that area. This is great, Destiny. I love the music.
Thank you. Jose McKinney says, Hose B, can I see? Meh, all in good fun.
Jeez.
Ryan says, hearing the taiko drums in the background reminding me of the opening scene of Sean Connery / Wesley Snipes movie Rising Sun. Well, thank you, Brian.
Nice. So later we're going to blend these rough shadowing in lines. Ah, Destiny at the piano.
Yeah, I added in a couple of old ones, just for the heck of it. This one was from 2016, I think.
This is your 100% your own composition?
Yeah, this is actually the one that's going to go on the Celtic album.
Oh, you guys are getting a sneak peek.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So this right here, this track is going to be on Destiny's future Celtic album, which is a dark Celtic album. What is the tentative title that you came up with?
Beyond the Forest Gates.
Beyond the Forest Gates.
Copyright. This new year, 2021. Now, it won't sound like this per se. Like, the piano will still be there, but it's actually going to be a real cello versus the synthesizer. Oh, thank you, Mike. He says, thought it was Moonlight Sonata at first. I appreciate that.
Wow, huge compliment.
I love that song, actually. I actually did that one for my mom for her birthday a few years ago. And I put some vocals, just some, like, vocalizing along with it for her birthday. That was fun. I actually did that in my camper while we were working at the Florida show. And I remember my neighbor was like, I don't know what was going on, but that sounded cool. Jose says perks. Yes. Oh, now we're going back to the early one. But that's actually okay because people are new here.
Yeah, I love this.
Mike says Candlelight Mask Sonata. I like it.
Nice. So, Mike, we're recording everything that's being done here as well, just so you know. So this will not only be saved for you to look at any time down the line. It'll be up on our Patreon, but we'll also have a hard copy of it, a saved copy. And you, as the original art owner, are more than welcome to get a copy of it for your own personal records.
That this might also, is this going to go on your YouTube channel too?
Eventually, what we'll do with this is I'll do with all of my live demonstrations. We'll be doing a time lapse. So everything that I've done, whether it's on Patreon or otherwise, will down the line get put into a kind of an upload, maybe a minute or 2 or 3 minute, something super fast, just to time lapse. Woo! There it is, magic. It's done. I only wish it was that fast. And those time lapses will be up. So you'll also have a time lapse version of this.
He says, great, thank you.
So right about now, I'm going to start to put the shadow, I'm flipping the shadow a little bit. I'm going to start to put the shadow on the left side of these folds more and more as we get coming around the corner here.
I like that description a lot, Brian. That is cool. He says when listening to that track, there's going to be an album. He says he pictures a pair of children stepping out into the forest for the very first time, taking in the magic and majesty the untamed woodlands has to offer.
Oh my lord.
This man is so incredibly talented. I can't
On the fly.
I can't even. You need to you need to start writing prose, make books, publish them, become world famous, along with your tin mastery.
Oh, indeed. I was just looking at that, the tin sculpture of myself that he did for me.
It's insane.
It's insane.
It's amazing.
He did a portrait of me in aluminum foil colored tin. Just absolutely awesome. Several, actually, a couple of them. They're all over our house, Brian. You are literally everywhere, in every room. Your work is awesome, so it's very enjoyable either way. We love it. We're always trying to figure out a better place to put the stuff. Anytime we redecorate, it's like, okay, this has to be featured somewhere. Where are we going to put it?
You went poof.
Right about here, I'm going to make a shadow for that candle sconce holder.
Jose says, always watching. Mike says, already looks better than my attempt at shading it.
Huh. Well, wait till we pull out the tortillas, and they'll magic. They're just going to blend everything nicely.
It's going to be beautiful. Beautiful.
So what'd you guys think of my Birds of Paradise punk rock hairdo that that wig that I wore in that into this particular episode's advertisement there? I stuck myself in the back of an old school Magic card. I figured, somebody'll figure the connection out, but nobody did. So I guess I gotta tell them, yes, that's what I did. I was wearing not just a bright colored punk rock thing. It's my Birds of Paradise punk rock.
Speaking of, should we pop that picture in there?
Yeah, actually, give it a for those that maybe didn't see it.
There he is. That is a face. That is just
that was from our last episode.
That is a face. That is freaking hysterical. I love it. There you go, everybody. All right, off it goes. Oh, wait. Yes, I need to remove. There we go. Hey, Scott is in the house.
Scott is in the house.
Hello. I'm glad you were able
Welcome, Scott.
catch the link before it started.
Yes, excellent. Welcome as being a paladin. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So we've got a pretty good base there of my drapery for the background drapery, so that's kind of cool. I'm going to go ahead in and do a little smudgification. That's a technical term. Don't forget smudgification. So this is going to take that mid HB tone down to about the mid-tone level, and then I'll go back in with some darks. Or should I say darks. Yeah, we're going to go into the darks.
Brian says, I figure a wig that bright deserves a black light treatment.
Oh, imagine how badass that would be if it was a black light. That would be great.
That would be really cool. Dean Pearson says, hopefully it didn't fly up your nose.
No.
Oh, Scott says, love the new place. Saw the tour. Way cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Yeah, we'll be working in that. We'll be working in the Dragon Cave studio when we work on the Mitsubishi. I've just started the preliminaries. I'm working on reference material and laying that out. And, of course, took a break for this to do this. Once we get on to the actual airbrushing of the Mitsubishi, we'll be back in that. We'll be in that studio. So that's the christening piece. Actually, that's the first automotive airbrush job that we're doing in the renovated room. This is the Dragon Lord's Den. It's the little teeny mini studio I have upstairs.
Jose says it looks smudgerific.
Ah, nice term. Love it.
Does that make you a smudgeologist?
I am a smudgeologist. Yes, I do study the study of smudgeology.
Oh, hi, Dylan.
Hey, Dylan.
So got here a little late. Love to see the shading like this. Look forward to seeing the new setup on the intermissions as well. Oh, yeah, for the new Dragon Lord's Cave.
Yes, that right now we're in the Dragon Lord Den, so we're not going to be in the cave tonight because we're doing the automotive, the Mitsubishi, when we do the cave. So we're in the den tonight, the smaller.
I am excited though for when we do that live streaming up there.
That's
That's
going to be
great.
awesome. Well, now that I have music, I'm going to be putting in some badass speakers in there so we can have a really awesome speakers.
Scott says Draco Maris.
Yep, you know it.
Cool.
Yep, Scott and his wife will be enjoying seeing that come to life. I'm sure we'll be working on that on some of the Patreon broadcasts down the line. I can't wait to get on that. That's going to be awesome. Got a lot. I got to catch up on other commissions though. I got to go back to Greg Norris's painting in between the Mitsubishi. So I got like 3 things I'm working on in this month. But yes, Scott is on deck for that stuff after that. After we get caught up with all our other work.
Oh, that's right. Is that the?
Oh yeah, Scott's the he's the one that commissioned the ship. The Shanna Marie that was the original preliminary that is now going to be transformed into a dragon undead pirate ghost ship.
So excited!
An undead pirate ghost ship.
So excited
you don't
for
get
that.
better than that. I can't wait to do
I remember when you were talking about a description, I was like, I don't think you've ever done anything like that.
No. Oh my god, I'm so excited about it.
Scott says, can't wait either. Awesome.
Alright, see, this will be where I go back in here with some more darks.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna the dark docs. We're just gonna smudge in a little more here. Finish this up. See, at this point, we're actually able to shade with this stump because there's so much graphite worked into it. A little reflective light there because, you know, we're close to the candle. I will also mellow this out right using the kneaded eraser, another crucial part of the artist's supply chain right here. See, this bad boy right here is going to help us with lightening this and fading this out. You just kind of tap it, and pull it.
Well, we've got quite a description from Brian here.
Oh, we do.
It says a description for a magic card. Ed's extravagant wig warm. Warm. Wow, I couldn't say that. If cast while under the effect of any black light or dark light spell, blinds all monsters on the opponent field for 1 turn, and the opposing player drops any cards in their hand on the floor, having to redrop the turn is over. What? If no dark light or black light is in effect, opposing player is too stunned to draw a card for 1 turn.
I mean, come on, right?
On the fly. That card picture that you made.
So, as you saw twice now, this is very light tack, which is good because I don't want to ruin the art. But my lord, it keeps falling down. So let's put a little more pressure on it here. I want to get back into the center. There we go. All right, I'm going to put a little more pressure on this. I like to try to keep it low pressure, but it keeps falling, so it must be too low. There. All right. Plus, this eraser's picking it up right off the ground. Alrighty, that works. So now let's go in with a deeper, darker graphite. Alright, I'm going to try a 5B. We'll see how it works. I'm thinking 5B might be just about right. Yeah, that's going to be great.
Jose says power increases per cookie tapped.
Oh, yeah. And then we get flying trample as soon as I'm provided the chocolate milk.
I love it. That's great.
See, now I just went back to old school.
There you go.
Commando with that one.
I don't know anything that's going on.
I know, I'm actually speaking nerd talk here.
I'm so lost.
I am speaking magic gamer talk here.
Nerd Disneyland, and I'm still out in the parking lot. Like, I don't appreciate it.
Hey, look, I just drew the pretty pictures, man. I mean, I know a little bit, you know.
I know, that's like when people come into the shop and they look at all the magic cards and they're like, oh, that's cool. You got, like, you know, authorization to sell these. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, oh, is this like a fan thing? Or I'm like, no, these are the pictures by my dad who worked for Magic. And you see their eyes just bulge out of their sockets.
They don't generally believe it.
Your dad's an artist for Magic! And I'm like, yes.
Well, I was.
Yes,
one of the original dudes. But no, they were... you could see the suspicion. It's hilarious.
It is hysterical.
We even said this. We said, I'm impressed and happy that you actually are looking out to make sure no one's ripping anybody off. That's great. But
it's really fun, especially when you're there. Because they just sort of look over slowly at you like, oh! And then the complete fan squee.
You know what's sad, too, is that there's a lot of the comments that'll follow it is, well, what are you doing here? I'm like, I don't know. It sure as hell beats being in a studio all by yourself. You actually get to meet you. That's where I am. Yeah. I'm out meeting you and engaging in the collectors who enjoy my work. What better gratification and inspiration can you get?
We get to dress up funny and sell art in the woods.
As if the Renaissance Fair is somehow beneath the magic artists. And I guess they're getting that from a lot of the Eluxicons and all these other artsy-fartsy types.
Hoity-toities.
Yeah, I'm not that dude. I'm just the real dude. I'm a fan of the fantastic like everybody else. I just happen to be an idiot savant and I can throw some graphite and some paint down, that's all.
One would say you're a fan of man.
I'm a fan of man.
There he goes.
I'm a humanist. I rest my case. I wonder how many people get that reference. That is a movie, one of my all-time favorites. I don't watch very much, don't have time. But when I did, I loved that. So can anyone out there tell me what I just referenced with that statement? Destiny started with the fan of man, and I said, I'm a humanist. I rest my case. Let's see who remembers that.
The clock's ticking.
Now, guys, you can see already with adding the 5B darks in there, look how that changes from this to this. I'm thinking the camera can pick it up. Yeah.
Mike Roberto, boom, devil's advocate.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Ho, ho.
That wasn't even like 10 seconds. That was just boom.
That's very impressive.
He just said, boom, mic drop. Oh my god, that's great.
All right, you know what? That's it. That's what's going to happen throughout the process of this entire drawing. I'm just going to keep doing like kind of subtle quotes about favorite movies, which I don't have many, so you pretty much will know after a short period of time, oh yeah, we know that's from such and such, because that's the only movie he's ever watched, evidently. Yep. All right, let's see. Destiny, throw me something and I'll follow up with it. Just a couple of words even.
You knew.
Marcus Aurelius? I did not say I knew him. I said he touched me on the shoulder once.
And go.
This is like a name that tune for a movie trope.
Also, Brian. Oh!
Who gets it? Who's first? Who got it first?
Roberto! Again, all in caps. Gladiator! Boom, mic drop.
You know, I think it's a Rhode Island thing. I really do. It started...
the commentary.
Oh, God. All right.
Oh, Brian, you get it, too. Because you were like...
He got it?
0.5 seconds after
good.
him,
Very good.
So
Very good.
Okay,
Good job. All right.
Also, Brian says in continuation with the card, he says, casting coffee at the same time provides haste property, negating summon sickness for new ones.
That makes sense, absolutely. Enough caffeine, you'll have plenty of haste.
Then Eric says, go deep in the lore, rampage which has been long forgotten. Wait, is that a quote? Is that a movie quote?
No, I think he's referring to the rampage... that was the card playability.
I got excited.
So keep in mind, guys, you got in the house tonight is Eric. Eric Guthrie is the owner of White Knight's Game Shop here in Williamsport, PA. So he's very familiar with Magic tournaments and so forth. He runs them. So we've got a lot of experts in the house here.
Woo! Which is good, because I know nothing about this.
All right, so...
Absolutamente nada.
So, Destiny, is there anything else that you may be considering that we can challenge our attendees tonight?
He was heading.
That's more your department.
Well, listen, you say it all the time.
So you're saying, okay. Yes, I know. I said that. He was headless.
Who's headless?
All right. Who knows? Who knows what that's about?
I can see Mike right, Roberto at the keys right now going, no, it's fine. Roberto again says, I don't know this one. Sleepy Hollow is my guess.
He gets it.
He gets it right.
Oh my God! If they had a show like a show quotes, dude, you're watching way too much.
Movies like boom.
All right, well there you go. I get triggered. She does this to me on the road. We'll be driving, and then she'll just say part of a quote, and I have no choice but to finish it. I'm one of these guys. I watch a movie once, and if I like it, I memorize the friggin' script, and I can't get it out of my head. Part of my...
Jose says that one movie from that one time.
Yes, it is. It's that one movie from that one time. Yes, exactly. All right. Nice. That's what we're talking right there. We got some good darks in there.
Mike says, boom, again, mic drop.
Okay, we're doing the candle scotch right now. And I'm actually sticking with the 5B.
Alright, they may take
Our lives. But they'll never take our freedom!
There you go.
All right.
That took me so long.
But everybody knows where that's...
I know, but I couldn't think of it. It's the other one that we trigger you with.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna get that one like super fast. We already did that one though.
I know. Well...
We need to do a different movie. Next one's mine. I have one for the next one.
The next one's yours, huh?
Yes, I have one. But they have to get this one first.
Oh, okay.
Guess who got it?
No way.
No way. All in caps, he goes, Braveheart. Boom. And...
Jeez.
I love each time he goes boom, mic drop. And it's a little bit different each time. So this time it was boom, mic drop. And again, Brian Hose, half a second behind Braveheart. Both of you win. Good job. Scott Philbrick says, it's my island.
Yes, it's mine. You're insane. Smart enough to get a dagger past your men, old man. Yeah. It's so bad. It's like Pavlov. It's Pavlov.
This is great.
It's Pavlov, though. If I fight for you, will I get a chance to kill Englishmen? Aye?
Aye.
You fight for me, I'll get the chance to kill Englishmen. Excellent! Stephen's my name. I'm the most wanted man on my island. Of course, I'm not on my island. More's the pity. Your island? You mean Ireland? Yes, it's mine. That role was phenomenal. That guy was just... he was the classic Gaelic Irishman. He really was.
Alright. Mr. Roberto says, the Lord tell me he can get me out of this mess. As for you, you're effed.
Yep. Another. So clearly, there's a common denominator here on what he's watching.
Alright, I'm going to do one. This is a little bit later
Alright,
on.
she's going to do one.
We're talking like 97 to 2001. But,
Okay.
you know, not that much.
That was just like yesterday. Gotcha.
I know, pretty much. Alright, it's spiders. Why couldn't it be follow the butterflies?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to do it in the accent because that'll give it away easier.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now I'm going to start moving
This is
in.
awesome. Steven is my favorite.
So I'm going to start moving in on the helmet now using the HB. I'm going to start at the very furthest left top. Alrighty, so keeping in mind we have the reflected light.
Very good, very good.
So
Harry Potter! Seriously, Mike! Boom! Mic drop! He got it.
Incredible.
He got it.
Did you put your name in the goblet, Harry?
Dumbledore asked calmly. It's like, you did not ask that calmly, sir. Brian Hogue says arachnophobia.
Arachnophobia.
I mean, that scene could have been arachnophobia. Boom, mic drop. I remember actually watching that movie. That was at the movie theater in the next town. What they used to be called? The Ritz? Not the Ritz. It was one of them. And I think at that scene, I was already beyond terrified, and then the heating system kicked in. So all I know is there's hot air blowing at our feet while the spiders are starting to chase them, and I think I flew out of my feet out of that seat. I was so scared.
Maybe that was a willful, deliberate thing that somebody up in the camera room did.
I think it was.
All right, here we go. Let's get those little highlight shadows for that chrome reflection. The thing about chrome is you want to do a lot of nice, hard, tight, graphic separations and delineations. How you like that for a fancy name?
A what now?
Delineations.
Delineations.
Yeah. You want to make the shadow. It's not just shadows on metal. It's mirror reflections as well. So you kind of imagine how certain things will reflect. Now you can, like in the painting, it's more of a brushed metal. And I'm thinking I'm going to go a little more chromatic here. Not to be confused with the chromatic dragons.
Or a chromatic scale.
Ooh.
Ah! I just realized that could be used for both dragons and for music.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Alright, now I'm going to...
This is really great music, Destiny.
Thanks. Much thank. Alright, here we go.
Keeping in mind the light source coming this way, I'm going to keep a little more, so I'll be shadowing this just a little bit more.
Alright, I got another line.
Another line. Oh, okay.
Alright, here we go.
She's going to try stumping me even.
They're more like guidelines anyway.
Oh, that's... I can't say anything.
Don't say anything! Don't do it. I will get to yours, Brian, after whoever guesses mine. Because yours is hilarious looking. Oh, Scott Filbert this time. Pirates of the Caribbean. Good job.
Excellent. Well, I mean, he is commissioning a pirate ship.
True.
If anybody's going to get it, it should have been him. That's for darn sure. Right there.
Alright, let's see. What does Brian say? Brian Hogue says, movie quote challenge. The whole church looks like it was hosed down with Pepto-Bismol.
Wow, I don't think
idea.
I never saw, I don't think, no. This could be a cult classic.
This could be.
Because again, I don't watch very many movies.
Brian says, I call shenanigans. I know, Brian. It was just like, boom, and then you. And I was like, oh my god, that was so close. Okay, so Brian's was from Steel Magnolias. I have not ever watched that.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that one.
What else do we like? What else? I'm trying to think. Other classics.
Well, let's see.
That are other than the furry.
Only a famous death will do, and what will be more glorious than to stand in the great arena?
Nice.
Well, stand before the emperor in the great arena. You would fight me? Yes. Why, do you think I'm afraid? I think you've been afraid all your life. Unlike Maximus the Invincible, who knows no fear.
Brian Hogue, Gladiator. Good job, Brian.
There you go.
Oh, also, alright, Mike Roberto says, run, you fools. That's Lord of the Rings. That's Gandalf.
Yes.
Before the Balrog. Run, you fools.
Run, you fools.
What a line. What a freaking line. Yep, Gladiator again, Scott. Yep. Good, Mike. Yep, Gladiator again.
Yeah, I think I've only watched 2 movies in my life, and there you have it, so...
True.
No, Al Pacino's performance in The Devil's Advocate was so stunning,
Fantastic.
so incredible. The writer of that speech was absolutely amazing. Who are you carrying all those bricks for anyways? God? Let me give you a little inside information about God. He's a prankster. You know, and then I think there was one part he goes, he gives man instincts. And I swear, for his own cosmic amusement, his own cosmic gag reel, he sets the rules in opposition. Look, but don't touch. Touch, but don't taste. And then, of course, he goes on, which I can't say here. But it's just phenomenal. Because it's like, to think about that and the way they wrote that, it's just, wow. It was fantastic. The impact, just incredible.
No, I'm trying to think. I can't think. Yep, Mike says Devil's Advocate. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, alright. I'm gonna get one, and Brian's gonna get it, like, instantly.
You think
Alright, Brian, here we go. Come, we must return. Those 2 fools who run my theater will be missing you. You're gonna get this, like, instantly. Get on that.
Those 2 fools who run my theater will be missing you.
Hurry, Brian, hurry.
Sounds like something that...
Don't shush. You shush. Don't give it away. I know he knows it. Ah, good job, Phantom.
there you go.
I wanted to give one to him at least.
It was going to either be Phantom or Tim Burton something.
Yeah. Oh, Dean Pearson coming in like 0.2 seconds later. Phantom of the Opera.
Nice.
Awesome. Of course, the movie version, because movie version is the best. See, I say that online. I say, oh, movie version was my favorite. And you see this wave of theater kids with their knives pointed at me. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to get attacked. Oh, and Eric, Phantom of the Opera. Nice. Got some high quality movie fans here. And yes, Brian, we do need to have a movie night. For sure. There are many movies we have not yet seen. Oh! Dad! What about the... Do you know who you are?
Alright. Do you know where you are? You are in hell. The Pit. I loved Vincent Price.
Okay, I'm getting shown up here. I am getting Mike Roberta was quoting Phantom. I've got Dean Pearson saying he saw Phantom 10 times in the theater. I am among my
total
people.
jealousy. Total jealousy.
I am
right
among
now.
my people. I do have a copy of that one, of the Royal Albert Hall, Brian. Is that the one with Raymond and Sierra? I think that's the 25th anniversary. I do have that one.
However, tell them who you met and who actually contacts you periodically.
Ted Keegan.
Ted Keegan, who
He played
performed.
Phantom.
He played Phantom
On Broadway.
On Broadway
in the early 2000s.
in the early
and
2000s.
He was currently playing it in Vegas, and now he's playing on the tour of Les Mis.
Yeah.
I think.
And he periodically will just kind of reach out to Destiny.
Well, he was the guest soloist for the Susquehanna Valley Chorale's pop concert. This was back when I was like 15, 16. I had just watched the movie and I was completely obsessed with it. And they were like, oh, we're having a night of Phantom and Ted Keegan's going to be there. And I screamed. And I was able to meet him. And I gave him my CD at the time. It was just a CD of covers. And that was at dress rehearsal. Then the next night, before the concert started, we're in the dressing room. The singers are in the dressing room. We're warming up. All of a sudden, everyone starts freaking out because Ted Keegan's walking in the room. And we're like, oh my God, there he is! And we're just clapping. He's like, oh, hi. He's walking like towards the section of sopranos. And we're like, oh, he's coming over to say hello. And then just look at me going, Destiny, he's beeline right to you. And I'm like, oh, I can't breathe. And so he comes up and he's like, I just wanted to let you know you have an absolutely beautiful voice. I fully enjoyed that CD. And I'm going, ah! And it was really cool.
Yeah,
that was like
pretty awesome.
That was 12 years ago, believe it or not. And so we actually just did an interview, a Zoom interview with him, talking about when he sang with the SVC. And before they started the interview, my mom had said, there's someone that wants to talk to you real quick. And I sort of popped in the screen, and he just goes, Destiny, how are you? And I was like,
yeah, he hasn't seen you in 10 years,
Yeah.
and he that's incredible.
yeah. It was really cool.
That's a top shelf right there.
I was like trying to maintain coolness, but I was still squealing and I was super excited. Then I got like off of the screen. I just looked at Mom and I started doing like the most ridiculous happy dance. I then proceeded to dance around the house and my dog was like, what is happening? So yeah, that is definitely another reason why I love Phantom so much, because that holds such a special place in my heart. That and Mr. Brian Hogue, who is typing right now, has made me several one-of-a-kind, completely unique foil sculptures of Phantom, of Christine,
the chandelier,
the
monkey on the
music
box.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just a little spoiled.
Yeah.
And then Greg Norris made me that leather pouch with the Phantom's mask on it and the rose.
Oh God, yes.
To say I'm
I've
spoiled
got
is
some
an
beautiful
understatement.
leather work from Greg.
All right,
I love my pouch.
While I was squeeing, there were a lot of comments. Here we go. All right, what we got? Chandelier drops. Instead of mic drops, chandelier drops. Nice. Oh, Eric did. Eric too said Phantom of the Opera. Nice. Eric says hard to type while juggling animals. True. You are juggling between cats and a squirrel. Let's see. Scott says, as I agree, Ed, you need some more classic movie culturing. But the more you see, the harder it is to quote them all. So I see your technique.
I just don't have time.
True.
I love a little more material, perhaps.
That would be.
Yeah.
Oh, Roberto says he's going to be right back. All right, we'll see you in a few. Yes, that quote was from Susan Kay. Yeah. I know, which totally blows my mind even more because that's not a really popular... Well, it is a popular book rendition, but it's not as mainstream, so it's actually very interesting to see someone quoting from that book. That is very cool. Much excited. Y'all have just made my night. I don't even want to say how many times I've watched that movie and or listened to the soundtrack. Or watched the Broadway version. I've lost count. Completely lost count.
Now I'm going to continue with this HB until I get just the top. I'm going to get the top of this done and a little bit in there, and then I'll go in with the smudging tortillon, and then we will add darks as needed.
Le tortilla. I don't think anybody got that other reference though that you had said. Do you know where you are? I'll tell you where you are. You are in hell.
You are in the pit.
You are in the pit. I don't think anyone got that yet.
You are in hell.
No, they did not get it yet. Ah. Well, we'll give them a quote. It's a classic movie.
It's exceptional.
Oh!
Extraordinary. From the egghead himself.
Ah! There you go. Now you're just giving it away. I tell you what.
Same time, same bat channel.
Well, they're gonna get confused. They're gonna think it's from Batman.
Oh, I know. Those are subliminal crossover.
It's a Tim Hammer!
Hey, Tim has arrived.
Hello! Hello, Hammer Clan.
Hey, Hammer Clan, thanks for checking in.
We've been doing Guess That Quote from movie quotes while he's been shading the Peregrine Mask magic card original sketch. And the owner of this piece, Mike Roberto, is also joining us tonight. So it's been pretty fun. It's been super fun.
Yeah, Tim owns the Peer Pressure. He got to watch that being done live on
cool.
was back in the day in Facebook. You know?
Yeah.
Yep.
I love what you did with that frame too.
So cool. That mat is insane. I've never done one that quite over the top.
Yeah. It was very cool though.
So there were little details as I'm doing this that I realized when I look at the painting that I changed in the final design of the helmet from the painting to the drawing, which is really cool because Mike's gonna see that the original drawing had little differences and details. It's gonna make it even all the more original.
Yay! Tim says, "Awesome, always fun stuff." Yay!
Yay!
It's most fun. Oh, he says the wife loves the peer pressure.
Nice.
Ace. Yeah, how is the missus and how are the little kiddos doing?
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys are all doing good.
All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and start with a little bit of smudging with the tortillon.
Brian says, so when they asked for a Peregrine Falcon helmet, did they perchance also consider para yellow or para blue or para pink?
Yeah.
Para spectrum.
So we smudge this all in it just to get those midtones blended, and then we'll go back in and take a look at what we may need to do to add some darks if we need to. Most likely we're going to need to add a little highlight, which will be racing out just a little bit. We shall see.
Tim says everyone's good over here. Wife's still looking for a job. The little boy is crazy as ever.
Oh, that's great.
He's great.
Well, hopefully your wife will score a job soon.
Yes. Keeping my fingers crossed. Laura's doing good in school. Almost perfect grades. Nice.
Well, yeah, you could tell.
Oh, yeah.
She's
going to take over the
Oh,
world.
she's going to take over the world. Oh, yeah. You're not pulling the wool over her. I mean, right out of the hole. She'll question everything, which is great. And she will challenge. Doesn't matter who you are, she's going to challenge you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So it's now time to go in with a little deeper and darker steel.
Darker and darker steel. Tim says she's already challenged the teachers and other kids to debate on stuff.
Yep, no doubt.
Nice.
Earlier today, or should I say starting last night, it was a little touch and go. I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to make it tonight. Thought I might have had some kidney stone action going on, but not so much. But if I got a kind of just a dull pain tonight, so I'm like, you know what? If it keeps up tomorrow, I may have to go check it out. So I figured I was not going to be interfered. I will let the pain drive the creativity. Dedication to the end. I mean, literally, as soon as I posted that we're ready to go live tomorrow, that was yesterday, I started getting the pain. I'm like, oh, come on.
Scott says it's no joke. Very true. We actually know a friend of ours who gets them a lot, and it's bad. He ends up in the hospital every time. It's just horrible.
Yeah, it's not fun. And my father had it chronically. So it won't be surprising, but I'm hoping we'll see.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so now let's go in down here. Of course, we have the chainmail inside. Let me redefine that line a little bit more. All right. Again, light coming in this way tells me I got to cast a bit of a shadow for the helmet itself. I'm going to go back in and put some highlights there too, but I'm going to get right into the shadow here.
Oh, nice. Scott says, this is such a pleasure, by the way. I've never really had the opportunity to watch your craft. This is nice to see. Thank you, Scott.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you all very much for continuing to support us via the Patreon. This is how we can keep all of this going, and we appreciate you guys tuning in, too. If you know anybody that would be interested in the Patreon, feel free to send them the link. It's actually on the screen there at the bottom. Or not this one, the other screen. But it's patreon.com/artistedbeardjr. Always feel free to share that with anybody that you think might be interested. If they want to see some awesome art, have a fun time. Plus, we got really awesome benefits. We got wicked awesome benefits.
Always wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome. Oh, Tim says, oh, the picture came in. Looks great.
Good.
Now to hide it until her birthday without her finding it will be a challenge.
Ah, yes.
Nice. And yes, Brian, you are correct. The squee is the force is strong in Destiny squee resistance. Very true. I used up the rest of my reservoirs of energy through squeeze. Now I'm back to zero. Need recharge. When did you do this original picture?
This was, well, a long time ago. It was 2004 is when I was commissioned it.
Wow.
And it was published in Ravnica, city of Gilded City or something. Ravnica in 2005. Yep. So it was, what, 16 years ago now. So this piece of paper has been sitting in a portfolio for 16 years, waiting to be reborn. Sitting in stasis. Okay.
And you had to draw in those templates there?
Mm-hmm.
Those little boxes?
Yes. Yeah, back then they were kind of particular about making sure you stayed within this size frame, doing it small. And then sometime right around the time I left, or just about the same time, they started to be a little more flexible. Again, it was all because of the scanning technology. You know, to try to get a big piece scanned was expensive and impractical. So everyone tried to keep it within the scanner sizes of the time. So I got to keep in mind here, while I'm doing this, that I don't want to overcome that pedestal that's underneath, because I still want to make it somewhat transparent.
Brian says, I remember when Ed was sketching out the Sun Sentinel, Solar Sentinel at the Bay Area. I came back a while later with my attempted third rendition.
Yes. Yep.
Yep. Hey, Corey!
Hey, Corey's in the house.
He says he just found out about this. Oh, I'm glad you caught it. We've still got a ways to go.
All right, so at this moment, I'm going to utilize the tortillon,
tortillon.
the smudgificationer.
Ah,
Yes, and then we're going to blend this nice the B5, HB5's 5B, because we know we're going to get a nice dark graphite out of this. It's going to be perfect for the shadowing. And I will go in and highlight with eraser afterwards.
Corey said he was busy buying a new printer today. Fun.
Oh.
Heading out to this weekend. Fun. That kind of stuff's always tough to shop for, because you gotta make sure you look up the reviews and look up all the reviews and then watch videos, and that's what I do.
And then the ink.
And then the ink. Oh, nice. He got lucky. Exactly what he needed, so he got it all. Nice. That never happens with us.
No.
Never happens. We either order it, comes in damaged, never comes in, gets lost. Go to the store to have everything but like one piece that we need. It's like, no!
Let's get some highlights in here. Nice highlight right there.
Nice. Very nice, very nice. The Faber-Castell.
Yeah.
Castle.
Okay, time to go back to the 5B, or HB, I'm sorry,
That
HB. I'm going to
It's an
continue
HB
right up here.
quality. Ha ha. That was a bad pun. I tried very hard that one.
One thing for sure, when you have a chance, when you actually watch how this is done, and you're looking at it and you go, "My God, it's just a helmet." You know, helmet and a couple of robes and a little bit of a table, and it's taken forever. You realize how much work just goes into it if you're really careful, and you want to take this and do a really good job, especially with metal. There's a lot of different shading and reflection stuff that you have to be paying attention to. You don't want to overshadow it. You gotta remember the reflection lines you're putting in so you don't lose stuff. Keep having to remember, I got to keep changing directions. It's not quite crosshatch, but you want to give a little different texture, because when you go over and smudge that in, you want that texture to still be somewhat there, just slightly.
Roberto has returned. Hello again. Mike says, looking great, Ed. Much excited. Yeah. Scott says, I came in late. What's the history of this commission origin story? And can I get a shout out to Kim? She's watching too. Hi, Kim!
Hello, Kim. So yeah, this is a commission that was done for the set Ravnica in 2004. It was commissioned. 2005 the set came out. It's called Peregrine Mask. And this is the preliminary drawing to the actual painting, which the painting is right here. This is the original painting. In fact, there's the magic card itself. That's an artist proof, by the way. And this is the original sketch. It was kept as just line all these years, 16 years. And so, just like yours, this is being commissioned by Mike Roberto, who's on with us now. This is his piece. He owns the complete ensemble. He's got the full painting, full color painting. He's got the artist proof, and he's got the original one-of-a-kind drawing to go with it. And he just happens to get the chance to see it being done. Added bonus. Wasn't much to the commission as far as what they wanted. They just said, look, we want a helm. It's got to have some kind of referencing to a peregrine falcon. And I just decided, you know what? It'd be cool if I could make the helmet into the head of a falcon. Or the impression of it anyways.
He says, freaking awesome!
Okay. So we're going to go back in with the Tortillion once we finish this section here. Alrighty, so then we got to go back in with the 5. Let's get the 5B in there. I'm going to do a little sharpening of the 5B. Whenever I sharpen the pencil, I also try to get rid of the little nibs here and there that might occur. That way I'm not going to cut up the paper. So in here, probably...
Let's cut the paper.
No. I'm going to go in and then I'm going to go light afterwards and start redefining the chainmail. Would have been cool to see someone actually make a helmet like this.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I've had my leather work and design work that I've done on different characters along the way made into real costumes and stuff, but and I had one sword actually made that I created. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But nothing else. I've never had a helmet type thing. And I like the Nordic Warlord's got a badass helmet. That would be
Nordic
so
Warlord's
cool.
armor, like the full setup, would be so cool.
Yeah, and that was back in '96, long before the Skyrim armor that
Skyrim
it happens to look like.
Tim says, make it or at the fair. Need to get that forged in fire?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Mr. Maddox.
Get him to make the helmet. That'd be cool.
Yeah, Dwayne Maddox, a good friend of mine. I met him at SEMA, the kind of Super Bowl of automotive shows, 2 years ago, when I had the 55 Chevy there on display.
Yeah.
He's a great welder. And we'll be working together with Terry Coverman 66, actually.
Come on, man!
We'll be doing an episode with that. I'll be doing a welder's helmet, custom. You'll be seeing that. It's going to be a kind of a cool episode on the show.
So cool. Jose says, nice English 4-1. What does that mean?
English 4-1.
I missed something.
Oh, I think he's referring to the type of chainmail I'm working on.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I look at this stuff and go, huh?
It's been a while since I heard that. Alright, so here we go with some darks in here. It's the size of the link.
Yep, he says chainmail weave. Yep. Good job. I was like, huh? Very cool.
Oh, that tape came off again.
It's running away!
It's good, though. It doesn't do any damage. I love this purple tape.
Purple tape.
It's like a TikTok clock going crazy.
Take o'clock.
Gotta have the gong. Alright, now it's time to cast a bit of a shadow. Oh yeah, I forgot. You can't close it up if you don't have the other side.
JoJo train. That's funny. Yeah, it is some of the same stuff from before, and there's a couple of new ones in there for Denise.
And just a little bit inside the folds there, but this is where I'm going to stay light. So the shadow from this is going to be here. It's probably going to be a little bit further down. Okay, now it's time for the tortilla.
Tortillas.
You know what? Let me use it a little longer. All right, so we were up here.
Over there. Over there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Stop it.
Stop. Oh, you stop.
You stop. Stop it.
Stop.
All of a sudden, we went to Long Island.
Stop. Rick says chowder. Say it right.
You gotta have the chowder and the quahogs. Chowder and the quahogs.
Oh,
Chowder and clam cakes.
I'm not
down
happy
at Bonnet
with-
Shores.
Stop
You gotta go to
it.
Bonnet Shores and have some chowder and clam
Stop
cakes.
it.
And then some steamers. Oh, you gotta have the steamers. The steamers are phenomenal. Dip the steamers
Swear.
in the
Swear.
butter. The butter.
The butter.
Oh my God.
God. Why would you do that to me? My stomach is about to growl right now. You've said coffee milk. You've said clam chowder. You've said quahogs. Now you're saying clam cake. I can't. This is disrespect.
Gotta get the Point Judith and get some quahogs and some
Ugh.
clam cakes with chowder. Don't forget that butter. Love that butter. Dip that steamer in the butter. You shuck them out of their shells. That's it.
We need to have like a food tour of Rhode Island. Just go to all the places. Go to Cello's.
Oh my
Judith.
God, there was so many great things.
Forget about it. Go to
Right now.
Newport Creamery.
Oh, gotta go to the
Let me get
creamery.
the crazy vanilla.
You gotta get Awful Waffles too. That's a friend. Is that no
That's-
Awful
that's
Waffles Newport
Newport
Creamery?
Creamery.
Yeah. No, oh no, maybe Friendly. What's the awful awful? Wait a minute.
No, Friendlies is...
Yeah, friendly is the fribble. No, it is
Yeah,
awful
yeah, it's
awful.
awful awful.
And if you drink 2, you get or drink 3, you get 1 free.
You gotta
Something
go
like
to
that.
Dunkin', get the extra.
Oh yeah.
When I only get extra there.
When I was a kid, they had this thing going on. I think they stopped it because of me. Honest to God. So they had this Newport Creamy awful awful, which is like it's like a Friendlies in Rhode Island and Massachusetts. So they had this deal. If you drank 3, these gigantic shakes. If you drank 3 of them, you'd get the 4th free. So I drank. Now, mind you, I had just had, I was like, I don't know, 16. I had a huge pizza a few minutes before. And I go in, I go, let's go get some awful awfuls. I'm gonna do the challenge. So I drank the 3. I get the 4th one free. I start to work on it, and I thought I was gonna do all right. And I wasn't feeling right. I said, guys, I gotta get outside. Well, I didn't make it. And boy, it was an explosion all over that door. The manager comes out, he goes, get out of here. Don't you ever come back. It was Garden City. I was thrown out of Garden City, Newport Creamery, because I blew chunks all over the door. Yeah, those were the good old days. Right now, Mike Roberto's going, oh my God, it's like the worst of Rhode Island coming back.
He literally just said, no, Newport Creamery is awful awful.
Oh, yeah.
Scott Philbrick says, awful mint chip.
Oh, they got mint chip?
Now you're being
Oh,
fortunate.
my God.
How does it feel?
I used to love the butterscotch sundae. I was a huge butterscotch. I haven't had a butterscotch sundae in forever.
Really?
Yeah, butterscotch. I love the butterscotch sundaes. I used to have the butter brickle ice cream with butterscotch ice cream.
Okay, that does sound really good.
You know, you're talking a butterscotch sundae with butter brickle ice cream is like as caramel butter as you can get.
Oh, yeah.
Such overkill.
Scott, Garden City.
It's probably nothing like it was when I was there, 40 years ago.
Yeah. Brian Hogue whispers, Guinness chocolate cheesecake. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
My God.
You have ever been blessed enough to have Brian Hogue's cooking? Oh my God. My God. That is the best cheesecake you'll ever have in your life. I think Dustin had like half the thing.
He did. See, now I'm using the kneaded eraser to get that little subtle blend right there.
Thanks, everybody. Now I'm hungry. Now I'm hungry for things I can't have. No.
All right. Now I gotta go in here and get some chocolate highlights.
Tim Hammer, it makes a mean homemade cheesecake. Oh, man.
Oh my God.
Oh, man. I love cheesecake. Love cheesecake.
Yeah, I've been losing my mind for the last year since we've had no fairs. I haven't been able to be anointed with these wonderful collectors who bring these goodies in for me. I got nothing. It's been going through withdrawals. It's terrible.
Corey says raspberry sundae. Why are you
I'm all about
making
the
me
raspberry.
hungry?
Love the raspberry sundae. All right, so going back to the pedestal here, because I'm pretty happy with what I got there. I'm going to probably redefine that just a little bit. Okay, going back to the pedestal. So I'm going to start darkening this up just a little bit.
Scott says key lime cheesecake is my specialty.
Key lime cheesecake.
That sounds amazing.
Never heard of that. That does sound amazing.
Corey says my mom makes cheesecake with tiny chocolate chips in it. Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh. You guys, gotta stop.
Stop it.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Eric. Eric says the Tumblr post has been forwarded to the small game store group as we discussed.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Thank you
you
so much.
Now I'll go in and shade this pedestal a little darker than it will wind up being in the final, because I'm going to erase out some of the stuff that I've done here. But I'm just throwing down some graphite so it's there, it's shadowed correctly, and then I can back it off as I need to.
Scott says the cheesecake. It's a killer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to be real patient with this stuff. You know, the slightest bit of too much kind of destroys that whole effect. You don't want to overshadow. I'm sensing the calling for the dark chocolate.
A dark.
Especially after all of this goody deliciousness discussion. My stomach is now calling upon it.
Oh, my stomach's calling for freaking coffee milk. We can't all get what we want. Tell you what. Do you have chocolate?
Oh yeah.
Good.
I am going to have to indulge in the Dove, one of the sponsors for today.
Sponsors.
It's got a sponsor.
A lot of shading you got going on there.
You got a lot of shading going on.
A lot of shading going on there.
As long as we don't butcher it.
Butchered?
That's another classic. If you guys, I'm a huge car buff, of course, Hot Rider from the 70s, and you know the Javelin, the AMX Javelin. They had an awesome commercial back in the early, I think it was '69, the commercial, and it was actually a couple of actors that became very popular in different sitcoms and stuff. But they did this commercial. It was a father and son thing. Guy bought a stock. The kid bought, well, the father for the kid, who's whatever age, 19, senior in school. He bought him a Javelin, but with the 390 engine, and of course the 390 was the engine to get in the AMX. And he goes and takes it and gets it customized, puts a blower on it. You know, and he brings it pulls it into the driveway, and the father goes, "What happened to your car?" He goes, "Well, nothing. He goes, "What is this?" And he goes, "This is the car you bought me." "You mean this is that beautiful AMX Javelin with the 390 engine and the plush carpet and the beautiful upholstery?" And he goes, "Well, yeah." He goes, "What's that thing sticking out of the hood?" He goes, "You know, that's a blower. It increases more horsepower." "Hold on 1 minute while I get your mother so she can see how you butchered your car." And he goes, "Butchered!" And they start chasing each other around the car. Oh my God, it's on YouTube, guys. It's
him laugh
hilarious.
Each time.
That pretty much was my generation. That was what happened. Now, I bought my own first car, but still, I totally customized it. I never had a blower coming out the front, but I had a GS Grand Sport, so it didn't need it. It was awesome. And I trashed it like all 18-year-olds do with their first car. Oh, I wish I had that car today.
Scott Philbrook says, "That's what I'm hunting down. That's what my dad had in 74 and 75.
So, all right, so Scott,
awesome.
Did your father had the pre-1973 version of the AMX Javelin? In other words, what year vehicle was it? He might have had it in 75, but do you remember what year the vehicle was? What year the AMX was?
Also, Scott says, he says, I have to find that.
Yeah, because if it was anything after 73, the smog pumps killed the horsepower on those cars. They ruined them. They were still decent, but nothing like they were from 70 and 72 and back. Those are the key years you want to get if you can. In 75, 76, it was actually odd years to get, or 74 even, to find a Javelin AMX.
He says, yes, 70 or 71.
Oh, it's the best years. Yeah, those are the best years. They were the competition to the pony car. And they actually kicked the pony car's butt. Because the 351 Cleveland could not keep up with that 390. It had, the biggest issue for the Javelin is it had no rear wheel weight, so it just spun the tires off the rims. If you compensated putting traction bars or anything, you were rocking it. Actually, no, I'm sorry, I apologize. It was actually the competition to the Corvette, not the pony car, because it actually had only 2 seats. The back seats were really optional. The AMX Javelin had only 2. It was a 2-seater, and Vette had never had any competition. American Motors Company had an amazing product. It's just a shame what happened to them. All right, so I'm going to go in a little darker in here.
He says, yes, they did. He also said it was used.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, those were the days. I remember as a kid. I'd look down the neighborhood street and we'd see these cars. You'd see the '69 Charger and the Judge, the Pontiac GTO, and the Chevy Chevelle, the Nova SS. And then we'd go into the house and we'd have Hot Wheels cars of the same darn thing. It was like, holy cripe. It was awesome. And of course, the custom vans. That's why I got into airbrushing, because of the custom van era. All the awesome art. I mean, we would literally, if you went downtown at any time in the early mid 70s, you would see one of these amazing custom vans come by. Usually you'd see billowing clouds coming out the back too, and it wasn't exhaust, if you know what I mean. It was Cheech and Chong going at it. But it was just, they were amazing. They were rolling murals is what they were. They were just, galleries on wheels. fascinating. And every vehicle was so uniquely created. The whole idea that the motor companies were trying to do was to create a totally artistic and unique look. You know, they were sculpting, and the goal was to have not your vehicle look like somebody else's. It was to have its own look, and they weren't concerned about aerodynamics. You know, they were concerned about artistic beauty. They had some level of aerodynamics they were concerned, but generally speaking, no, they were looking for flash. You know, it was when you drove a vehicle down the street, it was a statement. And you wanted to be unique. It wasn't about fuel economy, fuel efficiency, and everybody driving what looks to be a cockroach nowadays, like a beetle. I don't mean the Volkswagen either. Yeah. All right, so we're getting some good shadows there.
Scott says the back seat was like a little bench.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. That's sweet.
Mike says, I miss the good old days.
Yeah.
Scott says, we used to go out and jump all the bumps in the back roads. I'd hit my head trying to hang on. No seatbelts, nothing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we've darkened that as we took the corner of this round table. Let's get the rest all shadowed in. Yeah, this is coming out good. This is what I was looking for.
Yay! Looks awesome. He says, I kind of gave up on getting one in favor of a sweet original piece of art by my buddy Ed.
There you go.
Well, you're definitely gonna have a one of a kind, that's for sure. Probably one of the most unique. I am so excited for that one.
Yeah, I don't even think anyone can find those AMXs nowadays. And if you did, even in the worst of condition, they're like 60 grand. Even my GS is, God, the GS I had, I think now it's around 75 to 80,000 if I could find it in the condition I had it in. You never know. You never know. 45 years goes by and, look what happens. I worked 5 years to buy that car. Man, basically, since I knew it was for sale, knew who owned it, and I watched it. And then I worked busboying and anything I could do, restaurant, waitering, until I was 17 and a half. I actually finally paid the car off to the guy and took possession the week I graduated high school. And I took it that final day. That was when I finally got it to go to school. It really sucked because nobody was there. They all took off school early. Back in those days when you were graduating, you did that. I'm like, really? I worked for 5 years to get this car and nobody's here to see it? I'm going to erase that down a little bit. I'll just get that smudged in.
Mike says, wrapped around a telephone pole condition. Question mark.
Yeah. I dropped the UE joint. I dropped the front universal joint, and it ripped the entire rear end out of the car and flipped me. So that car was trashed big time. My GS didn't make it beyond that. That's because I didn't have, kid, you don't have enough money at a point, and you just keep running the car, and you're not thinking and paying attention and looking at all those things that go bad, which a universal joint is one of the things you got to check periodically, especially with those, real high torque vehicles. And I didn't. And then I had a Bandit Trans Am, a white on white T-tops, the whole bit. All leather, beautiful car. I actually met your mom with that car.
Yay!
And that car, but that was ratted out too. Back in those days, you could afford these real serious, muscle cars, and you know, $2,500 to get you a decent one for a little while. But they were all ratted out eventually. They weren't going to hold up too long.
Scott says, I have a guy in Waterbury. He collects them in any condition. Just a bunch just out of my reach.
Then I had a 78 Z28, 350 4-bolt main. That was my next vehicle after that. Then it became minivan because we had children, Destiny, and my son, Dustin. And then it went strictly minivan until minivan, and then I bought the big Dodge in 2000, the boat that became the Dragon Lord. It's the first anything cool I've had in 28 years, 30 years, whatever it was. Before that, it was a long time ago. Oh, I did have a sleeper. I built a Ford Fairmont, a 78 Ford Fairmont, and I dropped a Boss 302 in it. That was a fun car. I took that on the show circuit, muraled it up. And I built that motor. I actually worked on that, put the headers in. Now you can't even work on a vehicle. You can't even change the transmission. You can't even test the transmission fluid. There's no dipstick for it. Alrighty. Alright, so this is coming along good, but I need to take a break for chocolate. There it is, folks.
Most excellent.
That's pushing us into the next. Yes. Okay. I encourage everybody out there watching, take a moment and grab some delicious chocolate.
Scott says, sounds like my life in cars, starting with the minivan. Jose says, I had a sleep in Caprice Interceptor.
Oh my God, he had a police car.
That's cool.
Those were boats. Those are huge boats, but they were strong. All right, so now it's time to move to the rocks. And again, the shadows. I'm going to take out these lines.
Oh my God, he's erasing history.
These lines have been here for 16 years.
How that gone? Oh my God. They're gone before our very eyes.
Go ahead and sharpen this up a little bit. There.
Mike says, head into the light. Looking pretty awesome. Looking wicked awesome. Jose says, yep, a land barge with a 350 and turned it into a 396 with true dual and a sweet blower.
Oh my God!
That's epic.
That's something that basically the Blues Brothers would be proud of. Yep. I'm going to tell you right now, Mike, I think you're going to enjoy this black and white better than your other color. It's got a heck of a lot more character to it with all this line work. I mean, the color's cool, but that's, you know, the nostalgia of it. It's an actual card. It's the painting, the whole bit. But when it comes to, you know, unique detail look, this has got it. A lot more. It's got a lot more detail than the painting, really. I mean, even in the stones here. I always say, you know, a lot of times people underestimate the collectability of the black and whites, and they all really depend on how well they're done, but they can be far more valuable than the color work, depending on how much work is in, you know, put into them.
He says it looks amazing. Yay. Corey says we're on a mission from God. Scott says, I killed a Chevy HHR in the California desert because he can't add transmission fluid to him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Holy heck.
It's ridiculous. Well, they got to be pumped in. That was forcing you to go back to the dealer. I remember that gimmick. Again, keep rotating that line work.
Rotate and rotate some more. Samoa.
Yeah, we just got Girl Scout cookies. And I keep calling the s'mores or Samoas, I call them Shamoas. I don't even know what they're really called, how they pronounce them. I just call them Shamoas.
Yeah, no, that would not be the place to figure out the transmission. Especially, he says 116 degrees in the shade of the desert. Woo.
Yeah, not good.
No.
That's when you just walk away and pray someone's going to come pick you up.
Yep. Hey, Dan. The Norris clan is
Oh, the Norris clan is in the house.
He says the mouth of the helmet looks like a portal.
Yes.
It kind of does. That's cool. Well, thanks for joining us. Hope you guys are doing good.
So Dan, I understand you guys, not that I would be surprised by it, but I understand you would also like to have one of each of the new Yeti kind of, I guess they're Yeti, similar to Yeti. They're the identical mechanics.
Yeah.
They're the same materials. They're basically just it's a non-brand Yeti version of the same tumbler. Yeah.
The tumbler.
So he's indicated they want the fairy and the dragon.
Very exciting.
We did really well. The response has been phenomenal. I mean, God, I had it up for an hour. I don't even know. What were we at, like 30 sets in an hour? It's just crazy.
Dan says love them. Nice.
Yeah, these are the ones that have the copper lining. So it's stainless steel inside and out on the outside, but in the middle, in the inside mechanics of it, it's copper, just like the Yeti. So I don't know, they keep things cold for like 2 days. Same thing with hot. It's just ridiculous. They're really like high performance stuff.
One person wants to get 3 of each.
Oh wow.
Nice. Yeah, we definitely got a lot more response, which is great. Scott says we are buying both as well. Nice. Thank you guys.
Cool.
Yeah, I would say this is definitely a score.
Well, I've been holding back on this because I figured it's going to be one of those things you want to see, people want to hold or whatever. I was quite pleased at the response.
Yeah.
Without having to be there. And the reason I was just like, if we keep holding on to this, it's never going to happen. Because who knows if we're going to do a show. This is crazy.
Yep.
So we just figured, well, what the hell, let it go. So I'm being real careful not to go too dark here. I want to keep that light coming in. Dan Norris picked up that was the yin yang that we did the last episode. That was a black and white drawing we did for start. That was a 2-nighter, if I remember right. Yeah.
Mike says, I've been curious how the arch windows would come out lighting-wise. Love the dark and light contrast. Nice.
Yep. And then when I go back in and I smudge it up, it'll come out even more pronounced.
Mike asks, does this bring back memories sketching the original?
Yes. This part, right, what I'm doing right now, actually, because the helmet, that I remember, that was like in my head. I knew that, and I remember going, how am I going to come up with a lighting source in the painting? That where am I going to put this helmet? Because it was, I had to come up with a location that was at least interesting. And then I thought, where am I going to come up with a light source? And I said, I don't want to create too dark of a piece. And I also wanted it to look like this was, because it was supposedly this, enchanted special helmet. And I thought it would be really cool if it was up in a tower within a castle. And so that's what I envisioned in that. Maybe the top, like on a third floor, really in its own location. Not quite a parapet, but that idea. So I knew that the stones, I thought, okay, I can get some natural light coming in through the windows. So that would take care of that. And the location would suit itself because of the old school medieval keep. I didn't want to put windows in because I knew if I put windows in, now that darkens the place all over again, even if it was stained glass. It wasn't going to be as nice as an old, something like that was left there during the time period where there was no windows, really old. In this location, far away.
It almost looks like a part of a tower that was like, I don't know, forbidden to enter, and like you kind of find it a mistake, and all of a sudden you turn a corner.
Oh, I remember.
Helmet.
You know what? I remember what it was. It was Beauty and the Beast, where the rose was under the glass. That was That's what it was. We had watched the movie, the cartoon.
Yeah.
It was the cartoon, I think, in 2005. I don't think the movie had come out yet. So you had seen the cartoon years before, but this was before the movie. But I thought. I
think it was the sequel that we were watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, that's kind of a cool concept. Maybe I'll do a little table, and I'll put it in a tower, locked away and protected.
Yep.
So there was a little bit of, Beauty and the Beast mixed in with the motivation behind that, too. I didn't even remember. I forgot about that. Yes, that's where the table was, because it was kind of like, this has got to be this thing far locked away.
Yep. He says, OMG. Oh, he says that rose in the glass has a very old meaning to me. That's awesome. All of these things are tying in.
Now we'll go get the shading stuff. And we'll blend some of this in. We'll probably have to put some more darks in anyways. Let me just get a little more of the sky in here. Some leaves.
He says the living quarters of Marcus Aurelius.
Here we go.
There it goes.
I will not repeat the first one I did, but I too wish to stand before the Emperor, as you did.
There he goes.
Then learn from me. I was not the best because I killed quickly. I was the best because the crowd loved me. Win the crowd, and you will win your freedom. I shall win the crowd. I will give them something they've never seen before. There you go, all right? There you go. Now I feel complete. I was just waiting it was just stuck there, I was just stuck.
Yep.
All right. All right, let's get some smudging going on.
Smudgification.
Smudgification. Which will probably drive me to have to do a little more darks here and there, but that's okay.
Scott says, gotta go, bedtime. Great job. Nice to meet you, Destiny. See you again soon, hopefully.
You got it.
Thank you very much, Scott. Nice meeting you, too. Thanks for tuning in and being part of the conversation.
Haven't used this the whole time. I'm gonna use it now. Paper towel time.
Mike says, impressive smudging.
Well, now you go in and do the highlight work. Redefine the lines.
Eric says, my favorite part is watching the absence of color adding as much to the picture as does the adding of color.
Oh, yeah.
The eraser in your hands is a star.
Yeah.
A star symbol.
And it actually isn't even colored. And you think about it, it feels like you're adding color to it, though. Light. Speaking of light rays.
Mike says, paint me like one of your French girls.
Sorry, Mike, that's where I draw the line, buddy. No pun intended. Uh-huh. All right, let me just pick this up a little bit darker. A little more shadowing in it.
He says it was the music that reminded me of it.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, that's funny.
It's been so long, I don't even remember that music.
looking good. It's just like boom, boom, boom. Bam.
I wish it felt that way. It feels like it was a lot longer than I would like. It's okay.
Still got about 11 people on, which is great.
Awesome.
They've all become mesmerized in the shading.
Blend the last of this up.
Eric says, animals are all asleep and the wine is poured.
Ah, yes. Fade that out just a little bit more. There we are. I'm going to use the fine. There it is.
Ah, the fine. The fine.
Well, let's see. Go take a final look over here. Ah, yes. Okay. And then a little bit more of the dark right in here. Well, at this point, I think I'm in the final stretch here.
Nice.
Just going over it for a little teeny tweak here and there, but I think we're where we want to be.
Says she's a beaut, Clark. I think that wraps it up. Alrighty then. Wee. Looks amazing.
Let me just go just a tad, just a little bit there. Okay. Now the most important thing, you may note that in 16 years, I never signed this ever because it was not finished. Now, a lot of times I have signed my line pieces ahead of time. This one I didn't. So we're going to sign it. And we're going to dual date it because it's technically 2004 to 2000. I did this, they usually commission 9 months or so beforehand, sometimes up to a year. So it would actually be a 2004.
2004 to 2021.
Yeah, now I'm going to, before I do that though, I'm just going to go do this. It's just a little bit of cleanup.
Clean up.
Oh, God, no.
I know. Eric says, Eric says, absolutely amazing. Greg Norris says, looks great. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for sticking along with us throughout all this.
Don't forget, we got to figure out who's the winner of tonight's
the
drawing.
Winner! For the gift away.
Exactly. All right, so that's a pretty good cleanup there. Okay.
Jose McKinney says, great work. Thank you, Jose. There you go. Wow.
All right, allow me to take the camera down for a second and show you a little more of a close-up.
Beautiful. Came out fantabulistic. And smudgerific. Oh, he says right there. Fine. Oh.
Yep, we'll take care of that. I haven't fully cleaned it up yet. That was by hand when I finished the signature. Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot more cleanup on the border work to do. Well, there you have it.
It's so cool to see dual dates. That's what? 2004 to 2021. That's 17 years.
Is it 17 years? Yes.
Isn't it? Yeah. Jeez. Mike says, amazing. Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? I love it. I love it. That's a great classic quote. As he's in the great arena.
I love it.
There you go.
Yay.
All right, Destiny, let's switch it over to camera 2, I believe. Yes.
Camera 2.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode of
we
Growing
forgot
with
this.
Ed. We're all going to blow up. Bye. Abrupt chaos has ensued.
Chaos!
Yep, so we're going to do the giveaway for this amazing book. This was the Origins, what was this, 2018 or 19? Let's see. In any case, it was it was a couple of years ago. It was the last time I was there, actually. And I'm going to go ahead and sign this.
He's going to sign it right now.
Yes, I am. In fact, switch to camera 1.
Camera 1.
All right.
We're on camera 1.
So here we are. Here's the book. And the signature page is right there. So I'm going to go ahead and sign this bad boy up. Documented as legitimate, signed. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a really nice book. It's got some great authors in it. Take a look here. You've got Jennifer Brozak, Tracy Chowdhury, Sarah Hans, John Helfers, Carlos Hernandez, Addie King, R.L. King.
Mercedes
Lackey's in it. Daniel Myers, Kat Rambo. Aaron Rosenberg, Lucy Snyder, Michael Underwood, and Gregory Wilson. It's really cool. It's an anthology, but it's got a ton of cool, different stories in it. And they're just great. They're all based on fantasy, Arthurian legend, that kind of thing. So there's that. And, of course, still on camera 1, we're going to do the bookmark here, which is The Treasure by the Shore.
Yes.
All right, let's switch screens over
All right.
and see who tonight's.
Are we
Now
ready?
that we have 3 additional
I added
members
them.
too.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Haha. It worked, and it's there. All right. We have shuffled. I will shuffle again. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. All right. Here we go. Brittany and Sean.
Brittany and Sean.
Odell.
Yes, it's the Odells.
Yay.
I love the
I know. I
clapping
love
and
the
stuff.
clapping.
Alrighty. So are we on camera too yet?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Brittany and Sean Odell. You have won the book with the bookmark,
These are
and
our
this will go out in
collectors
the
from
mail.
Ohio.
Yes, they are. And we will give you a quick contact via private message just to confirm your current address and get that out to you. Then, is there anything else we need to show them tonight? Did you?
The tumblers.
You got it. Yeah. One last look, guys.
All right. There we go.
We're going to pop up on the screen the two tumblers. The dragon. This is again the elementals. It's going to have the air. Both the fairy and the dragons have 4 elements. They have the air. Then it's the earth. Then it's the fire, and then it's the water or ice.
Oops.
So she'll be
right,
pulling
one
that up
second.
on the screen in just a second. While she's doing that, I will indulge in one more chocolate. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in and supporting my Patreon. Really appreciate it. Thank you for joining me this evening with Doodling and Drawing by Ed. So I'll be
you got-
working on the yin yang. Sorry, I'll be working on the Japanese dragons that I'll be doing on the sides of those. That Mitsubishi Evo, that race car, that's in the Dragon Lord Cave, newly revised airbrush garage automotive studio.
All right. If
So,
you stick, no.
what do we got?
Go that way. A
Go
little
this
bit.
way?
Yeah, a little bit. Okay, so. Okay, it is to your
Is it that way?
left.
This way?
Yeah.
Is it right? Is it right there?
Yeah. Now your hand's covered. It's right.
Do I go like
Right.
this?
Yeah. Right.
There?
I
Is it there?
Yeah. I'm having a hard time doing
It's
that.
over there somewhere.
It's over there. It's over there.
She's pointing to me. That's not my left. But anyways, what you see on your screen, yes, these are the tumblers. So if you hadn't seen it in close up, and maybe you couldn't see it very well on Facebook, there you go. You got a good view of it. So that's just a mock-up, and that's exactly how I will lay it out in the actual finished full high-res design. But that's what. So what you'll see is full images kind of overlapping with each other and blending as you go around the entire tumbler. So a 20-ounce stainless steel inside and out with the lining being copper, just like the Yeti. It's the competitor, basically. It does the same thing, but at a lot more affordable price. And of course, we're going to make sure they have lids. And it's made in Pittsburgh, I should say they're printed in Pittsburgh. This is not like an insert where the paper is inserted in between the plastic or anything like that. This is actually printed on the surface of the stainless steel, so it's pretty cool. Great process. Very long, a lot of longevity in life. I'd asked them today if it was microwavable or not microwavable. You fry your microwave. Dishwasher safe. And they said, yeah, but generally speaking, they loved it. You know, anything that's like this, you always want to wash by hand. So, but he said it can handle, from what the manufacturer says, is 150 or something like that. If you do aggressive machine washing, and I'm like, no. Anybody that has a really nice tumbler is going to want to take care of it. It takes 2 seconds to wash it out by hand anyway.
Yeah.
And half the time, the machine wash, the dishwashers don't get up underneath there.
They do not.
And if you, unless you use the super pot scrubber mode, and then you just literally sandpapering things off things. So don't do it. Hand wash it.
I'll do it.
And you'll be great. So, all right. I think it's a go based on just tonight's responses.
Yeah.
So I've already talked to my rep, Ned, who is handling the manufacturing right out of Pittsburgh. And I'll say, hey, go, let's get going. So he'll probably he'll say, get me the design as soon as possible. And I'll keep you guys posted on how long it's going to take for them to come in. I will be creating the website pre-order purchasing products, so you can go on the website. You have to do that. If you don't pre-order, then I won't be able to go forward with it. So tonight was a good precursor to just get an idea of whether or not you're interested, which you clearly showed you were. So now it's a matter of putting your money where your mouth is, or should I say commenting is. So I'll get you that up, and I will email everyone, well, private message everybody who has commented and say, okay, it's up, ready to go.
Yeah.
And then I'll give you guys a week, 2 weeks, just to come around and pay for that.
Yeah.
And then your pre-orders will be registered, just like we did with the Autumn Breeze print. And then I will report back to you on the time frame and turnaround for this thing. So that's pretty much it.
Jose asks, how scratch resistant is it?
Well, it's called Jet Deluxe process for the printing. And it's supposedly the best printing on surfaces. Like, for instance, this company does everything that's in Disney, that's being sold at Disney, in the same tumbler thing. They do it for all. They did it. Oh, Dan would love this. They did it for what was it? Motley Crue. They did a whole thing for Fish, another group, and then they did one for Aerosmith.
Nice.
So these guys do top quality stuff. It's for the big boys that order stuff like Las Vegas has got it, the casinos have got them. So that's all I know about it.
He says, wow.
Yeah, I mean, if those guys are buying it, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
The sample I got was a Santa Claus done by, not Thomas Kincaid, but one of those artists. So, and that's being sold at Hallmark stores. So.
Dean says, I am my dishwasher. Mike Rivero again says, great work, Ed. Thank you for streaming this.
You got it, brother. And you'll get a copy. Like I said, we'll have it archived. And as soon as we can get it finished and upload, because it's got a process and all that,
Yeah.
we'll make sure you get a copy of it. This right here, I'm going to mat this. So I'm going to take 11 by 14 foam core cut, use a mat just to mat it, just for protection purposes. Shrink wrap it, give you the certificate of appraisal on both products, both the original painting here and the black and white, and then we'll pack it up. We'll super securely package it for shipment, and then we'll deal with a FedEx deal, and I'll get back with you on that as soon as we know what the costs are on that for the shipping. But I'm not planning on. I won't be getting back to Rhode Island. I was hoping to get back to Rhode Island this summer, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm thinking shipping might be the best bet. We will insure it for the full amount, so we'll play that game. And unless you have another option, but I think that's probably the best option right now. But let me know. We'll talk. All right.
Sounds
Anything
good.
else, Destiny?
That was pretty much it. Just a bunch of people congratulating the winner of the drawing, and there you go.
Okay. All right, then. I will be notifying you guys of the next broadcast. Don't know what it's going to be right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to wind up going to the hospital tomorrow, because I have been in pain throughout this entire drawing, and I'm going to go check that out. So other than that, thank you again. You guys